We have in the studio now Bashar Kilani, the head of IBM's software group here in the Middle East, because the IT giant is helping students and business people to learn by playing video games. Bashar, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Now, this is a slightly less serious topic, it seems, than you and I usually discuss. Video games. Why is IBM backing video games as an educational tool?
I think it's not only IBM. Video games are becoming more popular across different applications, whether it's healthcare, military, government, business, education. It's a new medium to educate people, train people, and it's proven to be more effective and efficient.
Well, we're talking here particularly or specifically when we're talking about IBM, about your new version of Innovate, which, according to your publicity material, is a serious game. What exactly is Innovate?
Well, actually, it is a serious game. It's software that uses gaming technology, some virtual reality components for non-entertainment purposes, mainly education and training. And it's actually supposed to be putting people into situations similar to real-world situations. They're given a set of tasks and puzzles to actually develop a certain skill around business management and processes.
And who's using this?
Actually, it's available to all businesses and universities. Many universities today are actually using it today for their education courses to supplement their offerings on business process management, strategic management, and IT and operations.
Innovate is an interactive 3D business simulator designed to teach the fundamentals of business process management. Have you taken real-life situations, or are these all invented situations?
No, actually, they are all real-life situations, and actually the game itself has three main situations. One is green supply chain, that talks about eliminating waste in food supply chain, focusing on eliminating or reducing carbon footprint. Efficient traffic flow, rerouting traffic based on information from sensors, accidents, and so on. And last but not least, call center customer service. How can people improve service they're getting through call centers?
No, I mean, the game concept suggests winners and losers, but in my experience in business, very few outright wins, and the best and most lasting deals are those where there's been give and take, and where negotiations have been about personalities as much as dollars and cents. How can you hope to recreate that lesson in a PC-based game?
Actually, that's very interesting, and that's really the essence of it. It's actually trying to create an environment where, with limited resources, you've got to achieve something. And with these gaming technologies, you're put in a real life situation, or something that simulates a real life situation, to get to this kind of learning process that you can actually benefit from, similar to what you're doing in real life.
How customizable is it? Can each company and each university customize the games to sort of give across the lessons, the format that they need to teach?
Actually, we're working with a number of universities and MBA programs for them to customize this and fit it into their curricula around the different courses that they're offering. And I mentioned to you business process or corporate strategy or operations and IT. They actually do integrate it into their delivery mechanisms.
But are they integrating you in, or are you able to change the software for each company? I mean, I would have thought, I know you've got a call centre sort of application on this, that each call centre had their own way of doing things and would want your software to reflect that.
Yeah, there are common things, let's say, in call centres, and there are things that are customizable. There's a degree of flexibility in the software that enables you to customize these things to certain industries or certain geographies.
I did also see in your press material that it was free, but I was assuming that was a typo, was it?
No, it is absolutely free. It's actually free to all our customers and organizations that are members of the academic initiative. And today we've got about 4,600 academic initiative organizations around the world.
Like university and colleges, presumably.
Yes,
where is the penetration? Which geographic areas?
Well, in the last year, there's been more than 100 universities worldwide that used this technology. And recently, actually, last month, we've had our senior vice president for marketing going around to many universities in the Middle East. 4 of them are actually in the UAE.
Why is IBM offering this for free? Why are you developing what I assume is, quite expensive software, time, money, resources, and offering it for free?
Actually, This is part of a bigger initiative that we call Smarter Planet, and it's all about smarter collaboration. And this is something to do with a new way of communicating, new way of collaborating in business, in education. It's part of a new wave of education material that's being launched. To be the first in this particular market is quite an advantage. And of course also it introduces a lot of our university partners and business partners or customers to new concepts in business process management and business process engineering and the components that go with it.
Business process management can be quite a dry subject. How do you make it exciting?
Exactly. This is why a game like this keeps people engaged, has a context that is interesting to people. And these games here are actually 1 hour lab sessions that have students work towards a certain objective. And research found out that education using these kind of tools is significantly improved. And the message comes across clearer and crisper, and people get more engaged in that.
I was going to ask you that because the old training mantra is I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. How does it rank on that scale? Have you done much study to work out?
There's been some research about improving education, and the research suggests that a good lecture improves education by something like 17%, while a new delivery mechanism like gaming improves it significantly by something like 108%. It's something new, but I think that people are very much excited about the results.
If I had the game in front of me now, would I be playing as myself, or would I have an avatar? Would I create an avatar, the personality I want to be in the game? How does it work?
Yeah, there are many personalities within the game, and you kind of create an avatar that plays on your behalf. Actually, version 2 is very interesting because there are many players playing together. So we could be playing all together here, and there are certain levels, and people work as a team, and that's also something very interesting in terms of encouraging for collaboration.
What is in the new version? What's new in the new version?
The new version is actually having many players contributing to the same game, and many layers and levels that are more challenging as you proceed and move forward.
You've obviously got good penetration here. Where do you go from here with the product? Is it something you're hoping to eventually make money out of?
I think the 3D world is going to affect many aspects of our lives moving forward. It's going to have business applications. People are probably going to use 3D environments not only in training, simulation and education, but also in real life CRM situations. Management development. I know some companies today are using it in the interview process. So there are more and more business applications to go with it.
How do companies know that you're actually learning, that you're not sort of just goofing off?
I think at the end of the day, the results that are achieved through these kind of education sessions are very complementary to what they're learning through the books and the normal traditional media that are used in the universities.
I mean, most games where you're learning have a sort of checks and tests at the end. Do you have that as well?
Absolutely. In this particular game, there are winners and losers, like anything in life, and there are teams that achieve and others that achieve less. And of course, at the end of the day, there are marks and I hope hopefully also some lessons learned. My goodness, you wouldn't want to be on the losing side in today's climate, would you? I mean, right, the losing side is sacked straight away, all of you out. You'd better be in
Speaking about today's climate, actually, Bashar, let's have a bit of a chat about how IBM is doing.
Can I just ask very quickly, if companies are listening and they actually want to get hold of this game, is it freely downloadable?
Yes, it's available on our website.
On
www.ibm.com, Innovate. With an 8 at the end.
That's INNOV and the number 8.
Let's, as I was saying, Bashar, let's have a look at how IBM is doing in general. What effects of the downturn have you seen here in the region?
Actually, I think IBM's approach to this region over the last year has been a very positive approach, and the Middle East is one of the emerging markets, and we've had significant investments in the Middle East in terms of technical resources, in terms of additional coverage resources. So we're very positive about the market conditions in the Middle East, and I think, of course, knowing that worldwide we've got a bit of a downturn. I think we are very optimistic about what's happening in the Middle East.
What have you seen, though? I mean, have you seen a change in the way companies want to pay for license? Have you seen a change in the number of customers? Have you seen a change in your sales and your numbers for the first quarter of this year, last quarter of last year?
I must say customers are thinking twice. Sales cycles are a little bit longer, but I don't think we have yet seen specific or very serious impacts on the way customers are spending in the Middle East on IT, specifically when you talk about value-related IT projects, sophisticated software deployments. These are projects that are longer term, and they've started investments in them, and they are continuing to do so far.
Now, I've had IBM ThinkPad laptops, and I'm probably not alone in associating IBM with hardware rather than software, but you sold the IBM laptops and the computer business, personal computer business, off to Lenovo of China. Was that about 4 or 5 years ago?
Yes.
But people still associate you with hardware. So what are you doing? How do you actually make your money here as the IBM Software Group?
Well, the IBM Software Group worldwide today is a $22 billion business. It's one of the largest software businesses around the world. We've got more than 26,000 developers and about 50,000 people working in the software business in IBM. It's a business that's focused on infrastructure. And over the last years, we've made many acquisitions into the software business, like FileNet, like Maximo, like Netcool, Cognos. These are all very important software acquisitions that we've done to enhance our portfolio. And in addition to our strong portfolio that we've developed over the years with WebSphere, information management technologies, and so on. So it's a very broad infrastructure portfolio.
So from being sort of the mega giant of computing back in the 60s and early 70s, when you were Big Blue, with hardly any competitors, now you've got who as competitors? Any software company, I guess.
The fact that IBM is a major player in the services business, in the hardware business, and in the software business makes us kind of compete and cooperate with everybody there in the industry. The idea, let's say, in the software business, our software runs on all hardware that's out there, from us and from our competitors. Our services people develop solutions again on all software component and infrastructure components out there. So we're kind of in every one of these markets: services, software, and hardware.
Bashar Kilani, head of IBM Software Group in the Middle East. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.